Salutations, wherever you are. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Ron Grey Wolf Coleman here. How are you? I've been off for quite some time, as you all know, but things happen, life happens. And I wanted to let you know that some things that affected me caused me to get off of my butt. Okay. My mom passed away back in June. And then, of course, we had Charlie Kirk. But it got me thinking. You know, I've been, for the last 3 years, trying to wake people up, as many of you have tried to do. To what? Making America great again. And there are those that debate and say, well, when was it ever really great? Well, it was great at the end of the Civil War when the Union officers, the Union soldiers, accepted the Confederate soldiers back into the Union as Americans. It was great in 1964 with the Civil Rights Act, where Republicans, I might add, no Democrats, got behind. You know, Democrats didn't get behind it, but the Republicans got behind that act, and it was signed. Politics has been dividing us, trying to get us to look at skin color, trying to get us to quarrel with each other. There was a time, as I was growing up, as I was a kid, it didn't matter what the color of your skin was. And just like MLK says, it's the content of your character. So just because you have a different color skin doesn't mean you're any better or worse than I am. And and that's just, it got me thinking. I got to put this down, man. It's one thing to be journaling, or it's another thing to be doing something. Because if I passed today, who's going to remember what I did? And so I put it all into words. An American Patriot's Journey to Make America Great Again, by yours truly. It's available on Amazon in paperback, hardcover, and ebook, and soon it will be available for Audible. So that's what I've been doing. I've been looking into my soul and putting it on paper for you. Why I did what I did? What? The who, what, where, when, and why, if you will. It's all in this book. And I hope that you go and you buy your own copy. It's, like I said, it's available now. And so it's 245 pages. And it's, I think, a pretty solid read that explains exactly what it is that was in my heart and in my soul. That really started for me back, in 63. Some memories never fade. I can still see myself sitting in the back seat of my father's car in November 1963, waiting at a red light at the hospital, near the hospital, where my mother was being released after giving birth to my brother. The radio crackled with the news that President John F. Kennedy had been shot. My father's knuckles went white on the steering wheel, and tears welled in his eyes. It was the first time I'd seen my father cry. Yeah. Even as a boy, I knew something had changed. So a little sneak peek. And what I talk about Chloe during the People's Convoy in Adelanto. So supporters came bearing gifts, food, water, blankets, and stories. They shook hands, hugged, and cried. One young girl, maybe 3 or 4, ran up and wrapped her arms around my leg. She looked up and softly said, "Thank you." Her mother stood nearby holding a big drawing, maybe 2 feet square. That little girl had made herself. It showed a truck with an American flag over the front, a truck with a Canadian flag over the front, and a heart with "woo" inside of it. And a simple message in crayon. Let's go, truckers. Freedom. I love truckers. Signed, Chloe. That moment hit me hard. Hits me hard now. And here's that image. So this book is chocked full of images. For the convoy and for the walk. So, my visit to the Senate and the letter that I wrote, that I read aloud for the senators to hear. Senator Cruz coming out to meet with us. My walk. Some weird stuff, like somebody coming down the highway in the middle of the desert on a unicycle. Okay. Being stuck in Austin with bent and broken push rods. Yeah. But we made it past that. Got to meet some interesting people. The old number 81 out of Ely, Nevada. A Freedom Table. So, Blind Frog Ranch. Radio interviews. So you can see, and I'm sure you can relate to just about 100% of the book. So pick up your copy and enjoy. Now, that wasn't the only book that I've actually been writing. It's kind of linked together. You know, growing up, I had civics and I had social studies, and, you know, I might not have been paying attention to a lot of it back then, and I thought, wow, this is really boring stuff. However, as I got older, it became apparent. And I didn't want a textbook. So, my second book, Liberty and the Inkwell. Now, Liberty and the Inkwell is a fun kind of book. It's, you know, it's chocked full of different tidbits and short paragraph stuff to keep somebody from getting bored. But it's designed, and I'll put it up here so that you can see some of it. It's also available on Amazon. But it is designed, each chapter has a section of our founding documents explained. Okay? I discuss What is sovereignty? You know, a lot of Americans don't know. Trivia. Short. Moments to reflect. Challenges. Tidbits. And a place for you to ink your journal for the chapter. Articles of a Confederation, Declaration of Independence, Articles of Confederation, and then the birth of the Constitution. And then once you get through that, you get to the Article 1, Article 2 and 3, and so on. And then the Bill of Rights. So that's what I was wanting to get out. I probably won't stop there, but they're out. They're available on Amazon right now, soon to be Audible, and I'll be coming back to you guys, giving you my Grey Wolf opinions. Maybe not in lives, here and there. I still have a lot of computer stuff to set up for that, but at least I can do some recordings for you and give you my opinions about topics that seem to be the hot button of the day, if you will. So with that, God bless you, and God bless America. I'll catch you on the flip side.